Am I the a-hole for using my inheritance to buy a house instead of splitting it with my struggling brother? My mom passed away unexpectedly last year from a heart attack. It was devastating. She was only 61. She was my best friend, my biggest supporter, and the only parent my brother and I had after our dad walked out when we were kids. When the will was read, I found out Mom had left me everything: her savings, investments, and a small life insurance policy, totaling just over $200,000. I froze when I heard it. My older brother Chris, who's 35, was left nothing. Not a mention. Not a line. At first, I thought it was a mistake, but the lawyer told me Mom had updated the will 2 years before. Privately, she'd once told me she didn't trust Chris with money. He'd gone through multiple stints with addiction, had a gambling issue in his 20s, and bounced between jobs for years. She told me she loved him deeply, but she'd rather leave it to someone who won't burn it all in 6 months. I never told Chris that. When he found out, he assumed I would split it with him. He even sent me a message the next day with a breakdown of how we could each use our share. I didn't respond right away. I needed time. Here's the thing. I'm 28. I've been working full-time since I was 19, paying off student loans, barely affording rent in a one-bedroom apartment. I don't drink. I don't go out. I've been grinding my whole adult life, saving every scrap I could. I used $160,000 of the inheritance to buy my first house. Nothing fancy, just a 2-bedroom bungalow in a quiet neighborhood. It's the first time in my life I've had stability. A yard, a guest room, a place where I don't have to worry about rent increases or noisy neighbors or breaking a lease if something goes wrong. When Chris found out, he went ballistic, called me selfish, said I stole his future, that Mom would have wanted us to share it, that I kicked him while he was down. I reminded him gently that Mom didn't include him, that it was her decision, not mine, that he's had chances, more than most people ever get. I told him I still love him, but I wasn't going to split the money. That was the last real conversation we had. Now, the extended family is whispering. A few aunts think I'm cold. One cousin said I should have at least given him something to get on his feet. But Mom didn't want that. I know it in my bones. She gave him her love, her patience, her forgiveness, over and over. This was the only boundary she ever drew. Still, the guilt gnaws at me. Did I let grief blind me to compassion? Or am I just honoring her final wish? So, am I the a-hole for using my inheritance to buy a house instead of splitting it with my struggling brother?